Why would we want our children being educated by Google? I mean, most of us are educated by Google. I mean, come on. It's really just
I learn from Google every day.
I used to teach people computers, and they're like, "How do you know so much?" And I was like, "I just know how to Google faster than you. I don't know anything."
Well, I have to say, so okay, for those of you who have not heard, Google has announced that they are doing some certified classes, like job training classes, that they are now going to actually allow to substitute for 4-year degrees. If you ever apply for Google. And so this is really interesting because this actual method of online job training has been, Google's like late to the game, actually, quite frankly, because you have Coursera, who's been doing this. MIT's been doing this. They've offered all of their courses online for free. And if you want certifications, you can pay $50 per. HubSpot does this. LinkedIn does this.
I believe that's how Norman got into MIT, but more on the back of cereal boxes. That's what
I cut them off very carefully, collected them, and sent them to the
right.
The
that's what they want to see there.
You were the fifth caller.
Yeah.
So what exactly are they?
I'm not as smart as you. That's all I have is just trying to derogatorily, humor. And sorry, go ahead.
I respect it.
He's laughing too. So what exactly is it? They're giving their courses that they use for training away for anybody?
So basically you pay, they use the example of the course that they have, the IT course that they have on Coursera, which is $49. And so the idea is you take this online course and, you take their little quizzes and tests or whatever, their assessments. And when you've completed it, you get a certificate of completion. And so what they're saying is that because universities seem to be going away, which they've been going away since long before COVID, that this will be an opportunity to sort of replace job training, education, that sort of thing. So it's not intended to replace things like medicine or law or, those things that you actually do need.
Engineering.
Yeah. But, the idea,
a communications degree. Come on.
Yeah, no, the idea is that you can get these job skills just by taking these online courses and getting certified in it. And you don't necessarily have to have the required 4-year degree minimum in order to apply for a decent job. So, generally speaking, I think it's a great idea. Google has some issues as far as, what they consider to be truth or not. And they've been doing some censorship with that sort of thing. But other than that, this has been going on for several years. This is, but Carrie, it's an interesting development anyways.
What is the Skillshare fight song?
I don't know, but I hear their football team sucks.
Wow.
Got us there.
Well,
I'm a huge fan of the whole online learning platform deal.
Yeah.
And I've, as you know this, that MIT has open courseware. You can also get stuff from Harvard. There are tons and tons of opportunities out there. And even now, Coursera is terrific. And there's actually a lot of stuff, by the way. A great thing you can do is there are lots of certificate courses you can get right now just for free if you want to on Coursera.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
Yeah.
You just got to find a way to do that. But nonetheless, like there's so many things that you're able to do online that you're just, even 10 years ago were not possible.
Right.
That it's really just, it's really like, who's going to be the first company to really take this on in a scalable way.
Yeah.
That in a way that ultimately competes well with the university models that are out there.
Yeah.
Right now, even as it is, like Coursera is not quite there. You can do a lot, but there's certain things you're not going to be able to do.
Well, one of the things that they're talking about, that Google is talking about, is that I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Go ahead, Carrie.
Okay. Ladies first.
Okay. one of the things that they're talking about is that you know, companies can actually you know, offer job training. Like you pay for the job training, they give you a certificate, and then they either help you with job placement or offer you a job or whatnot. And they're even talking about having, you know, low income scholarships so that if you're low income and you need job training, you don't necessarily have to pay for it. So what I think is actually great about this model is, you know, the leftists, the socialists have been clamoring for quote unquote free education. And the closest thing we have to a free market is the internet. And the internet is providing basically a free education or super cheap education right there.
It is remarkable when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like I am floored by the way that you could do. I mean, other than even the lab requirements, you could do requirements, the lab experiences that I think are necessary in order to be a chemist per se.
Sure.
But like you can do chemistry 1 on and 2 on Coursera.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I mean, while the social interaction with online learning is not necessarily the same, I'm sure will be alternatives that spring up because, frankly, running out the door at the last day of school is such a good feeling.
Give it to everyone every day.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the goal. But I mean, going on summer vacation from your online school, you know, maybe that's an outdated model anyhow. But Doug,
I think socialization at public schools is highly overrated.
Highly overrated.
And really just at schools in general is highly overrated. Because and I tell you this on my own experience because I was homeschooled and I seem to be fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, you know.
Yep.
And so like
seem to be.
Seem to be. Just get into my head. You'll
that's when the camera cuts away to Jim Halpert going.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. No, you know, before we wrap up a little bit, the one thing that I don't hope we get back to normal with this whole endeavor is education. I think we need to think forward and realize we can do better, we can do different. And I think this is forcing us to do it. I kind of hope we don't go back to like, oh, we go back to all in-person classes. And I don't like that. You know, Matt's kids are going to in-person and, you know, we're doing that because that's sort of what is best for our families, but that's not always best for every learner. It's also not what is best for, you know, every teacher, every school, but it's a huge ship to turn. So